Hi, would you like to just introduce yourself today so people understand who we're talking to?
Yeah, I'm Viji Krishnamurthy. I lead Generative AI for Oracle Global Industries Group, and I've been at Oracle for about 9 years. I used to lead data science and machine learning in our Fusion applications for a few years, and then I led AI services and Gen AI services in Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. And now I'm leading Generative AI for our Global Industries Group products, which spans multiple verticals, including restaurants, hospitality, FSI, utility, healthcare, and communications, etc. So I work in, I support them in developing generative AI based features in all of these applications, and I also support the consulting that helps our global business unit applications customers.
Perfect. So how would you say you go about keeping up with the pace of change, especially across such a broad array of industries?
Very good question, right? AI and generative AI as well as data science, which I've been part of for the last 20 plus years since my PhD, has been kind of changing almost on the continuous basis, right? But in the last couple of years, we have seen how the AI or the intelligent systems have actually kind of accelerated in terms of the improvements that we see and the applicability across different business functions, different market verticals. And also to automate various kinds of business processes. There is no magic 8 ball to keep pace with it, but the way that the strategies that I apply are, I like to read research papers. So I read an average of about 5 to 7 research papers on the weekly basis. I also work with a large group of applied scientists. And each of our scientists in my team also reads papers. So we have like a, abstract discussion kind of beyond the abstract. We have a series called Beyond the Abstract. On the weekly basis, we discuss about some of the papers that we have read that week and what we found it to be interesting and what sort of experiments that we should explore further, to understand the capabilities of the model and what are the nuances that we want to even extend it further. And some of these experiments are related to specific business functions. Like, for example, if you're talking about a particular capability, let's say that a summarization capability, a model that is able to really summarize a large content, then we look to see, can it summarize simple textual, document? Can it summarize documents with images? Can it summarize documents with tables? Can it summarize documents with some multimodal content? Like where it is failing and why it is failing. So that's the sort of experiments that we plan as a part of that Beyond the Abstract series. I also meet with quite a bit of, professors and PhD students in the Bay Area, as well as from my network on the monthly basis, kind of to learn from them and also give ideas and share ideas and kind of see like what they find, where do we think it's going. And I'm a big fan of gelling orthogonal topics into like kind of idea infusion. By the way, like for example, I read a lot on economics and behavioral studies, and I'm a novice learner of quantum physics, and so I try to read a bunch of these, and then I also read a lot of neuroscience books, because that sort of helps you to see how the intelligence system could be progressing over the next 5 to 10 years, and what is the gap in the intelligence system between what the pure super intelligence versus where we are, and then that helps me to figure out which dimensions that I want to learn more and invest more in, in experimentation. So it's sort of like a constant learning and being a sponge, and then trying to share ideas and get other people to experiment and then learn from their experiments. And that's how I progress through. It could result in a kind of a negative side too, because my kids would tell me that you're always talking about AI or intelligent system, and that's a negative side of being always looking out for ideas. But that's the reality of it, though. Otherwise, it's hard to keep pace with it, and because I'm talking to customers all the time. I have to keep pace with it so that I understand whether the current model's capabilities can or cannot solve the problem, and why it doesn't solve the problem. So that's sort of a determination I cannot make if I don't keep pace with it. But I wouldn't say I'm doing 100% good job of it, but I'm keeping I'm keeping pace with it as good as I can. Yeah,
I think you're doing a great job. Thank you for giving us a glimpse into your mind and how you go about that. I appreciate it, Viji.
Thank you.